I had it.
How's that sister of yours?
The question is, do I go that? How is that son of yours?
Oh! Getting ugly.
Somebody called the fire department. You just got burned! It's always with us. I can't hold We have no other Mollies. Oh, you need backup.
Backup, Molly!
Calling my harem!
She does.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Out
All right.
Never have different definitions.
We will resume
Malfoy, get that arm away from my face or I'll have to.
What would you do to a lady?
I know that the two of you think a lot.
But can we wish them both a happy Mother's Day?
Yes.
Best mothers in fandom.
Yeah.
Shall I say.
And one of the not so best brothers.
Yes. Pudding, mother.
Unfortunately, for those of us who have a somewhat Dudley-esque problem, that's probably...
It's all relative. It's all relative.
Okay, so as we have demonstrated here, when you are characters who are either no longer with us or who have previous issues with each other, or who should not be in that circumstance but have a legitimate reason to have a stake in that conversation, there's always room to have a place there. And again, when you're a character who is like, I mean, I knew that Salazar was going to be joining us at some point, but I didn't know Salazar was going to be here this morning. So it's great that Salazar's here, but either of us could have been completely alone as far as the people that we know. And so we have to take it upon ourselves to figure out a way to interact with everyone else. And it's great because there's 1,000 different ways you can do it, and you actually are not limited then by any of the conversations before. And I could even go to the fact that maybe the reason I'm here is because I decided to get a little something's gone wrong with Godric. I've decided to go to the dark side. But I'm really just a spy. Okay. Questions over here? Oh, not questions. It's more of a interjection, comment, that type of deal. I saw a hand.
5.
Oh, it's a 5-minute warning. Okay.
Oh, it's the proctor.
Oh, right.
Oh, you look too good to be a proctor. You should be wearing a boring T-shirt.
Okay. We've got front first.
What I like about the minor characters is I feel like you can have more costume changes and like just add to a pre-existing costume, which is what I did with the cat Hermione.
Right.
I like the minor character thing because I feel like you have more choices and you already have a costume. You're like, crap, what the hell am I going to do to make this original? Oh my god, I'm going to add whiskers, or I'm going to add,
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty. But I like that because I like that, you can, she's kind of in the books, obviously she's in the movies, but she's not, really a major character, but she is a major character, but she's not a major. I'm like, oh my god, that's perfect. You can just add something to it, take it all off at the end of the night, and still go out as Hermione again.
Right.
Genius.
Yeah, it's the same way that if someone plays Hermione as Bellatrix, and that type, there's all of those iterations of things that you can play with, and then again, if you give yourself some kind of reason for that in your presentations, and you also give someone some kind of clue that that's what it is, then that's the best way to go about that.
Just an addition to Petunia, I think it's more for character development, because if you want to go back, obviously I would walk around calling us all freaks, for one thing. But the other thing also, did Petunia know about I think personally as character development, she's going to have met James, she's going to have met the Marauders, so I'd love to see some kind of interaction with theirs. So it's not so much that she doesn't belong, she kind of did. We just don't know that.
And as we know from the books, she wanted to.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing about, I mean, any interaction with any character really is you have to go back to what does your character know? So, you know, Petunia will know a little bit about, you know, James, she knows about Snape. She probably had quite a bit of interaction with Snape too, Lily. Beyond that, she knows of the wizarding world, so she isn't going to recognize Godric Gryffindor. She's not going to probably know who he is, other than know the word Gryffindor, and she knows she doesn't like it. So, that's kind of, I think, where you need to base everything, and that's how I base everything with Petunia, is everyone's crazy. They're freaks. They're freaks. And, you know, she doesn't...
Or you go fanon and call her a squib.
She doesn't like people in general, is how I go about it, but especially visiting people. So, in a situation like this, she might not know necessarily who is a wizard, who's not a wizard, doesn't particularly like people anyhow. But that's where I think you have to come from, is what does that person know?
Can I make a comment just about on the compassion note, coming back, when you have these intense moments and you know, here we are, we just said some very hurtful things if we're in character to one another. I'm going to, you know, break character for a moment and be like, thank you! Because sometimes we are going to need that, and sometimes other people within the fandom might need that moment of, like, release, because it is when you're in character, you need to kind of take a moment and be like, all right, now we can also be friends and continue the con together and make sure that there's not any real offense there. But I am noting, I'm watching where all the Mollys are in the room right now, and I know where my fellow Sissas are. So I, you know, in case we have to, you know, redo it.